Hello, we are the Group 4, tasked to discuss about global media cultures. Before anything else, allow me to emphasize that this video is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardinas, to use this as an educational material. Objectives: discuss the history and stages of global media and culture. Analyze how various media drive various forms of global integration. Explain the dynamic between local and global cultural production. Explain the role of media in globalization. Give the pros and cons of media globalization. Determine if globalization exists without media. Determine if globalization is a form of cultural imperialism.
The history of global media and culture is a complex and dynamic one, marked by significant developments and shifts in technology, communication, and cultural exchange. Here's a broad overview of case or milestones and trends in this history. 1. The print revolution. In the 15th century, the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century marked a significant turning point in the history of media and culture. The mass production of books allowed for the widespread dissemination of knowledge and ideas, contributing to the spread of Renaissance, Humanism, and the Protestant Reformation. Second is the telegraph and transatlantic cable in 19th century. The telegraph and the laying of the transatlantic cable in the mid-19th century revolutionized long-distance communication. News and information could be now transmitted rapidly across continents, connecting people and cultures in new ways. Third is the rise of mass media in 20th century. The 20th century witnessed the rise of mass media, including newspapers, radio, and television. These media platforms played a central role in shaping culture, disseminating information, and influencing public opinion on a global scale. The emergence of broadcasting allowed for the sharing of cultural content and entertainment across borders. Fourth is the cinema and Hollywood. It is in early 20th century. The film industry, with Hollywood at its epicenter, became a powerful global culture force. American cinema played a significant role in exploring American culture and values worldwide through the golden age of Hollywood. Fifth is the radio and television. Mid-20th century. The mid-20th century saw the global expansion of radio and television. These media platforms became a primary source of entertainment, news, and cultural exchange, contributing to the homogenization of global culture in some respects. So 6 is the internet and digital media in the late 20th century. The advent of the internet in the late 20th century brought about a profound transformation in global media and culture. The internet allowed for instant global communication, the rapid sharing of information, and the rise of social media, which facilitated cultural exchange and the spread of ideas on an unprecedented scale. 7 is the globalization of entertainment. Late 20th century, present. Hollywood, Bollywood, and other entertainment industries have reached global audiences. Hollywood blockbusters and popular music have transcended national borders, influencing fashion, language, and popular culture worldwide. 8 is the social media and user-generated content, which in the 21st century, social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube have empowered individuals to create and share content globally. This has democratized media production and enabled cultural expressions from diverse corners of the world.
The development of global media and culture can be understood through the various stages, each marked by a significant shift in technology, community, and cultural exchange. While these stages are not strictly linear, they provide a framework for examining the evolution of global media and culture over time. Pre-modern era, pre-15th century, local and oral tradition. Before the advent mass media, cultures relied on local and oral traditions to preserve and transmit knowledge, stories, and customs within their communities. Limited cultural exchange. Cultural exchange was limited to the interactions between neighboring communities or regions, typically occurring through trade, migration, and occasional conflicts. Second, print era. 15th century to the 19th century. Invention of the printing press. Johannes Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in the 15th century revolutionized communication by enabling the mass production of books and printed materials, spread ideas and knowledge. The printing press facilitated widespread dissemination of knowledge, including scientific discoveries, religious texts, and literature. It contributed to the growth of the humanism and the Protestant Reformation. Third, early modern era, 19th century to the early 20th century. Telegraph and cable system. The 19th century saw the development of the telegraphy and the laying of the transatlantic cables. These innovations allowed for the rapid long-distance communication, reducing to the time it took for the news to travel across the continents. Emergence of the newspaper. Newspaper become a primary source of information, culture, entertainment, and masses. They played a crucial role in shaping public opinion and fostering a sense of national identity. Fourth, mass media and broadcasting era, mid-20th century. Radio and television. The mid-20th century witnessed the rise of radio and television as the dominant forms of mass media. These mediums enables the global dissemination of news, entertainment, and cultural content. Cultural export through Hollywood. How Hollywood emerged as the major cultural export with the American films influencing global fashion, music, and lifestyle. American pop culture became a global phenomenon. Fifth, digital and internet era, late 20th century and present. Internet revolution. The late 20th century brought about the internet revolution, connecting people across the world. The internet allowed for the instant sharing of information, the rise of e-commerce, and the proliferation of user-generated content. Social media and global communities. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have facilitated global conversation and enabling individuals to connect, share, and participate in cultural exchange on an unprecedented scale. Sixth, streaming and on-demand era, 21st century. Streaming services. Streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus have disrupted traditional media consumption models, allowing viewers to access content from around the world at their own convenience. Global content production. The 21st century has seen a surge of internet content production, with foreign films, TV series, and music gaining global popularity. This has diversified cultural exchange and media.
First is news media, including television, radio, newspapers, and online platforms, play a crucial role in disseminating information globally. Through international news coverage, people across the world can stay informed about global events, trends, and developments. This helps a foster a sense of interconnectedness and promotes global integration. Second one is social media. Platforms have been revolutionized communication and connectivity on a global scale. These platforms enable individuals to connect and share information, ideas, and experiences with people worldwide. Social media facilitates cross-cultural interactions, promotes understanding, and helps bridge geographical distance, thereby driving global integration. Third one is entertainment media. Films, television shows, music, and other forms of entertainment media have a powerful impact on global integration. They allow people from different cultures to experience and appreciate diverse perspectives, traditions, and lifestyles. Entertainment media also helps in breaking down barriers and fostering cultural exchange, contributing to global integration.
Advertising and marketing. Advertising and marketing campaigns have the ability to reach global audiences and influence consumer behavior across borders. Through targeted messaging, the brand promotion, advertising, and fosters a sense of familiarity and connection with product and services. This creates a global marketplace and drives economic integration. Lastly, internet and digital platforms. The internet and digital platforms have transformed global integration by enabling instant and widespread communication. Online platforms facilitate the exchange of ideas, knowledge, and information across borders. They provide opportunities for collaboration, networking, and learning, thereby promoting global integration in various domains.
The dynamic between local and global cultural production involves the interplay of culture at different scales. Locally, the culture reflects the traditions, customs, and identity of a specific community or region. Global cultural production, on the other hand, represents the dissemination and exchange of cultural elements on a worldwide scale, often driven by technology and globalization. This dynamic can lead to both enrichment and challenges. Local cultures may benefit from global exposure, gaining new influences and opportunities for expression. However, there is a risk of cultural homogenization or the erosion of local traditions as global influences become dominant. Balancing these forces is essential to preserving diversity and fostering cultural understanding. That's all, thank you.
The role of media in globalization is significant and multifaceted. Media in its various forms serves as a powerful catalyst for the processes of globalization, influencing how people, information, culture, and ideas are interconnected on a global scale. Here are some key roles that media plays in the context of globalization. 1. Information dissemination. Media outlets including television, radio, newspapers, and digital platforms serve as conduits for the rapid dissemination of information and news globally. This enables people to stay informed about events happening in different parts of the world. Access to real-time news and information helps create a shared global awareness of issues, crises, and developments, fostering a sense of interconnectedness among individuals and nations. Number 2. Cultural exchange. Media exposes individuals to diverse cultures, lifestyles, and perspectives. Television shows, films, music, literature, and digital content from various regions contribute to a global exchange of culture and ideas. Cultural globalization occurs as people around the world consume and engage with media content from other cultures, leading to the fusion of global and local cultural elements. Number 3. Global connectivity. Digital media, including social networking sites, video sharing platforms, and instant messaging apps, enable individuals to connect and communicate with people from different countries and backgrounds. Number 4. Economic influence. Media plays a crucial role in shaping consumer behavior and preferences. Advertising, product placement, and endorsement by celebrities or influencers in the media can influence global consumer trends and consumption patterns. Number 5. Political impact. Media can influence political events and discourse on a global scale. News coverage, political campaigns, and social media movements can shape public opinion, mobilize people, and influence international policies and relations. Globalization of media corporations. Large media conglomerates have expanded their reach globally, owning and controlling media outlets in multiple countries. This consolidation can lead to the global spread of content and viewpoints aligned with their interests. In conclusion, media serves as a powerful driver of globalization by connecting people, cultures, and ideas across borders. Its role in shaping public opinion, facilitating cultural exchange, and influencing global trends and politics is undeniable. However, the impact of media on globalization is not without challenges and controversies, requiring careful consideration and responsible media consumption.
Hi there. So, media plays a significant role in globalization, influencing how information, culture, and ideas are shared across borders. So, here are the pros and cons of media and globalization. So, the pros of media and globalization, the first one is information dissemination. So, media allows for the rapid spread of information, helping people around the world stay informed about the current events, technological advancement, and cultural developments. So the second one is the cultural exchange. Through movies, music, television, and the internet, people from different cultures can share their traditions, values, and art forms, fostering a greater understanding and appreciation of diversity. So the third one is increased awareness. So global media can draw attention to global issues such as climate change, human rights, and social justice, mobilizing international efforts to address these challenges. So the fourth one is the economic growth. So the global reach of media can facilitate international trade, tourism, and exchange of ideas, contributing to economic growth and prosperity in different regions. So the next is the education and learning. So online platforms and educational programs delivered through media enable people from different parts of the world to access knowledge, skills, or free or at reduced cost. So here are the cons of media and globalization. So the first one is the cultural homogenization. So there is a concern that dominant global media can lead to the erosion of local cultures and traditions, as they might be overshadowed by more popular or commercially driven content. So the second one is misinformation and propaganda. So the same rapid spread of information that is a pro can also be a con. False or misleading information can spread quickly, potentially causing confusion, panic, or harm. And the third one is the dependence on Western perspectives. Global media often reflects predominantly Western viewpoints, potentially marginalizing voices and perspectives from other regions, leading to a lack of diversity and in representation. So the fourth one is the threat to local industries. So dominant global media conglomerates can out compete local media industries, leading to economic imbalances and potentially stifling creative expression from smaller localized sources. And the next one is the loss of privacy and autonomy. So the ubiquity of media can lead to a loss of personal privacy, as well as potential surveillance and data exploitation concerns. So all in all, it's important to note that these pros and cons are not absolute, and their impact can vary depending on specific context and how media is consumed and regulated in different regions.
There is no globalization without media. Globalization refers to the increasing interconnectedness and interdependence of countries and their economies, culture, and societies. One of key drivers of globalization is the advancement of media technology, which allows for the rapid dissemination of information, ideas, and culture across borders. Media platforms such as television, radio, print, and internet allows for the spread of information, ideas, culture, and commerce across national borders. They enable people from different countries to connect, communicate, and consume content from different parts of the world. The media acts as a bridge connecting people from different parts of the world and enable them to communicate, share knowledge, and engage in economic transaction. Without media, it will be difficult to achieve the level of connectivity and exchange that defines globalization.
Media globalization and cultural imperialism are related concepts, but they are not the same thing. However, media globalization can sometimes be seen as a form of cultural imperialism, depending on how it is practiced and its impact on local cultures. Here's an explanation of each concept and how they are related. Media globalization refers to the spread of media content, communication, technologies, and media industries across national borders. It involves the dissemination of information, entertainment, news, and cultural products on a global scale. Media globalization is largely driven by advancement in technology such as the internet, satellite television, and digital platforms, which allow for the easy sharing of media content worldwide. Cultural imperialism. Cultural imperialism is a concept that suggests the dominance of one culture over the others through the impositions of its cultural values, norms, and practices. It often implies a power imbalance with a dominant culture exerting influence or control over weaker or less dominant cultures. Cultural imperialism can manifest through various means, including media, economics, politics, and education. It is important to note that media globalization is not inherently a form of cultural imperialism, but it can lead to the cultural imperialism-like outcomes in some contexts. The impact of media globalization on culture depends on various factors, including the extent of cultural diversity, media regulation, audience choices, and the degree of influence exerted by dominant media players. The relationship between media globalization and cultural imperialism is a complex and debated issue with differing perspectives on its implication for cultural diversity and identity. It is important to note that media globalization is not inherently a form of cultural imperialism, but it can lead to the cultural imperialism-like outcomes in some contexts. The impact of media globalization on culture depends on various factors, including the extent of cultural diversity, media regulation, audience choices, and the degree of influence exerted by dominant media players. The relationship between media globalization and cultural imperialism is a complex and debated issue with differing perspectives on its implication for cultural diversity and identity.